The St Kilda Football Club, they certainly aligned last night on the eve of this game. The greats of 1966 gathered here in Launceston to enjoy a reunion. Those who played on the big day, like Cowboy Neil, and a few who missed the team, like Big Carl Ditterich and 3 or 4 others, were all here. Among them, 1959 Brownlow medalist Verdun Howell, St Kilda's great full-back, although he played on a half-back flank way back then. How good it must be, Verdun, so many years on, although, of course, you all want to see the club win another flag, but it must be great to get back together.
Well, it is. We had a marvellous night last night. I think all the Tasmanians that were there enjoyed it, and they got a lot of memorabilia signed, and I know all our team really enjoyed it.
There's Kevin Neal, Darryl Baldock, of course, Barry Breen, who kicked the famous behind, Alan Jeans, who was only 33 years old on that day. He'd turned 33 the week before. Alan Morrow, the lion-hearted ruckman. Do you see a lot of each other as the years tick by?
No, very little. This is only the 3rd time that we've actually been together in the 40-odd years.
Is that right?
So it's, we haven't had a real opportunity in the past, but it seems that St Kilda are a bit interested now in regenerating some of the history, and we may get together a bit more often. That
was Ian Cooper, incidentally, kissing Darryl Baldock. He probably would have won the Norm Smith medal, I think, had it been struck 13 years earlier and been available back in 1966. But it's so good to see these great men come together, and you've lost Travis Pays in recent years. 1 or 2 aren't terribly well.
No, well, we're getting on now, of course. It's 40-odd years ago, and the times have slipped by. But we sort of seem to be getting around all right. Most of the boys here are pretty confident that they've got a little bit more life left yet.
A couple were telling me, though, with knee replacements, there's probably a hip replacement or 2 in there as well. What are your recollections of the great day, 1966, that grand final, which we only know because of black and white footage and Mike Williamson and Butch Gale and Teddy Whitten?
Well, it was just a pressure game. We've often had a look at the aftermath of it, and the football wasn't pretty at all. It was just a very low scoring, high pressure, high tackling. Like today's game, it's a lot of infighting with the tackles, trying to keep the pressure on everybody. But it was a great result for us.
It was St Kilda's only premiership, won by 1 point. There's poor Bob Rose, who suffered so much misfortune during a 7 or 8 year period as premierships just kept eluding Collingwood. It must be terrific to come back to York Park, because this is where it all began for you. You're a Launceston boy. You played with a club called City here as a 17-year-old.
That's correct, yes. And
got laid out in was it your first game when Bluey Jordan got you?
Yeah, that did happen, yeah. So that was a learning curve. But we went on from there to... I had 4 very enjoyable years with the City Football Club. We were state premiers. We'd won the premiership here. We beat the Coast team and then beat Hobart. So we were a very strong combination. We had Berkeley Cox, who went to Carlton, and Mike Delandy, that went to Collingwood in the same team. So we were a pretty good force.
You also played here wearing the big white V on a very famous day in 1960, when Tasmania scored its first victory against Victoria pre-state of origin. You were a second 18 from the VFL, but the fact that you were playing, and Ken Fraser and I think John Burt, Bruce Comben was captain, yes, it was a very good team.
Oh yeah, we had a lot of... There was Wiedemann and quite a some real out-and-out champions on that side, and Tasmania did extremely well. I remember that it was neck and neck, and I was kicking out from fullback and kicked the ground, and it just went out about 30 yards and hit Athel Webb in the chest, and he kicked the goal that put him in front. Well, the crowd thought I was a hero, like they said. I was the real hero.
Being cheered at York Park once again. I've got to talk about your Brownlow medal. It's 50 years since, well, you tied with Bob Skilton. He was awarded the Brownlow medal. You received yours retrospectively 30 years later. It's all round numbers at the moment. Now, your circumstances have been such that you've seen fit to sell it recently. The club has actually bought it, which is a terrific outcome.
Yes, it is. There was somewhere down the line I had to make a decision what I was going to do with the Brownlow. I couldn't put it into my estate because of my family circumstances. So it came about from another matter that I decided at this time that I would put it up for auction. St Kilda was approached. I did approach them earlier on and asked them were they interested, and they said at that stage they weren't. They've had a change of CEOs and a few other things, and they quickly changed their mind and contacted me and said that if anybody was going to get it, they wanted it. So we withdrew it from the auction, and we've negotiated with St Kilda for it.
Terrific outcome. Verdun, thanks for joining us. All you need is a St Kilda flag in 2009 to really cap things off, and that looks a distinct possibility at half-time at Aurora Stadium in round 19. A weakened St Kilda team doing the job and leading Hawthorn by 18 points. Half a game of football to come, and we'll be back after this.